Welcome to the 2021 NSAC Annual Report. Connect One, Empower All. Please welcome Nick Muting, NSAC National President.
Hello, my name is Nick Muting, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to be president of NSAC. When I joined the National Board, I would have never guessed the individuals that I would become great friends with, the good times I would have, and the difference a volunteer organization can make. The National Board is made up of a group of individuals willing to give of their time because of a commitment to the goals of NSAC. Thank you to all the board for putting up with me not just 1 year, but because of COVID, you got to put up with me for 2 years. My term as president is really just a continuation of the individuals before me. A special thank you goes to my friend and mentor, Bill Miller. His energy and vision put into motion several of the changes that we see today, including NSAC Connect and going digital with the Cooperative Accountant. This organization works best when we build upon the accomplishments and goals of those who have come before us. When I started as president, my goal was to build upon the new platforms and bring a fresh look and streamline our procedures in order to create greater focus for the organization. This was accomplished through the 3 pillars, which were incorporated into the new logo, as well as recently with the new pillar committee structure. The 3 pillars have become a focal point for the National Board. They are what we identified as our major goals as an organization: education, resources, and connections. These are incorporated into our logo. They are considered when we make decisions at the National Board, and now they make up our major committees. Our committee structure includes the professional technical committees of tax, accounting and auditing, and industry. The purpose of these committees is to provide education, resources, and connections inside the various membership groups. The National Board's goal for the professional committees is to facilitate the sharing of knowledge within cooperative tax, accounting, and finance to help our members be more successful in their own organizations. In addition to the professional technical committees, as of July, we now have all other committees incorporated into the pillar committee structure. The Education Committee will work with all live and virtual events, including the Tax Finance and Accounting Conference for Cooperatives, TFACT, as well as webinars through our Cooperative Learning Network. The Resources Committee will assist in the production of the Cooperative Accountant, publication, as well as other research resources contained on the NSAC Connect platform. The Connection Committee will facilitate our most important resource, you the member, through chapter development and membership. The board over the last several years has been focused on bringing value to your membership. My goal was to streamline processes and add additional focus to the goals of NSAC. I believe the National Board has done a great job in fulfilling that goal. I look forward to Dave Antoni bringing his perspective as our national president. I know Dave will do a great job, and this organization will continue to thrive. Thank you.
Coming up next, a financial report from Eric Kreinert, NSAC's National Treasurer.
Hi, everybody. This is Eric Kreinert, tax partner with Moss Adams in Stockton, California, and the member of the Far West chapter. For the 2020 year, I was your board treasurer, and I'm here today to give a financial update as of 12/31/2020. For the year ended 12/31/2020, we did receive a audited financial statement from Goldshot, Lamb, and Hobbs, and we received an unmodified opinion. Our net assets as of 12/31/2020 were $1,590,000, and these were comprised mainly of cash and investments, offset by a small amount of payables. Our operations from the year ended 12/31/2020 were down compared to the year of 2019. And as expected, that is mostly related to the COVID impacts on our conference and other activities. We did see a substantial decrease in our conference revenue that was more than offset by decreases in our conference expenses, as well as a decrease in our committee expenses. Our total change in assets for the year were $98,313. The complete set of financial statements along with the corresponding notes are available in the Cooperative Accountant. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Now for an update from the Membership Committee. Despite the many personal and professional challenges that we have faced over the past year due to COVID, the National Society of Accountants for Cooperatives has weathered the year exceptionally well and is seeing a positive trend in membership growth as a result of your commitment and dedication in the organization. Your investment in the Society will continue to pay huge dividends in unlimited education, resources, and connections through a host of programs and offerings uniquely tailored for today's cooperative finance, tax, and accounting professionals. For the first 6 months of 2021, NSAC experienced a 7.3% growth in membership, with every chapter experiencing a positive net increase in members. We look forward to continuing to grow as our most valuable resource, our members, connect us with new forward-thinking ideas. Introducing Dave Antoni, NSAC Vice President and President-elect.
Good afternoon. My name is David Antoni, and I am honored for the opportunity to serve as your national president in the forthcoming year. NSAC is made up of highly talented individuals, with our national board drawing our best to serve NSAC with their time, experience, and skills, growing our association into the leading edge cooperative resource organization. I have been serving on the national board first as Secretary-Treasurer, and currently as Vice President. In these roles, I have the privilege of working side by side with Bill Miller and Nick Muting. I have learned leadership skills seeing firsthand Bill and Nick's invaluable vision and wisdom as they have led the transformation of NSAC's Connect platform, enhancing use of technology, use of videos to periodically address our membership on important initiatives, effective use of social media outreach, and reinvigorating NSAC's image with our new logo focused on the 3 pillars of education, resources, and connections. That with continued growing popularity of our Cooperative Learning Network webinars, membership in NSSC continues to grow, especially bringing in members from a diversity of industries, including electric, telecom, and broadband. I would also like to thank Nick for his service as national president these past 2 years, as he continued to build our successes on a solid foundation under Bill's leadership that came before. I would also like to thank Bill for his invaluable service on the executive committee these past 2 years as immediate past president. Bill brought his practical wisdom in counseling the board, which was much appreciated. Nick will now assume the immediate past president position, and we look forward to his continued counsel and vision. Applause to Bill and Nick. Outstanding job, well done. Thank you, Bill and Nick. All these achievements could not have been accomplished without our highly skilled national office staff, led by our executive director, Kim Fantasi. Kim's team comes with a let's get her done attitude, always bringing new and innovative ideas to the table to enhance our members' experiences, programs, and resources available. Applause to Kim, DD, Molly, and Kaylee for awesome, timely service and innovative thinking. Our national board in July we met in San Antonio and we discussed a broad framework for future planning initiatives to address and implement in the coming year and beyond. Our executive committee will meet again in October to review our progress to date and our next steps. We on the board asked ourselves in our July meeting to dream of what NSAC can be. The possibilities for continuous out-of-the-box thinking will be our focal point that will drive our progress forward. Our dream exercise resulted in a good number of brainstorming ideas among the board for initial focus. Our pillars committees of education, resources, and connections will be our engines to drive our initiatives forward. We will work to begin building out the leadership roles for the chairs, the vice chairs, the subcommittees, and the committee members. We are always looking for new committee members wishing to contribute their time and talent for success of NSAC. Now some areas of focus are as follows. With respect to the Connect platform, we wish to drive continued member communication and collaboration on the platform, getting away from email and including continued use at the chapter level, where we believe there's much opportunity for Connect to really link our chapters and drive greater connectivity. Many resources are on the Connect platform, and they are at your fingertips, and they include the research library, the cooperative accountant publications, the library of CLNs for on-demand viewing. We're always looking now for ways to drive daily access to Connect by members broadly every day using their mobile devices, just like other social media, and get into a habit of looking at Connect periodically during the day and getting the latest updates of the happenings within NSAC. We wish to develop training on the navigation and functionality of Connect, so more people become comfortable. And we're going to do this by using how-to videos on demand. National office promotional videos are going to be produced directed towards existing members as well as prospective members. And in addition, we're going to be looking at some of our material, such as Introduction to Cooperatives, and breaking that up into separate how-to instructional videos on learning about a cooperative. This is one of Nick's unfinished business that we're going to make a priority in the coming months. We wish to focus on welcoming new members, and the national office will have a team that will focus on making telephone calls to welcome these new members, orient them to NSAC, and follow up with them periodically by telephone so that they have a great understanding of our resources. And we're going to assign a mentor at the chapter level to periodically follow up with them. With respect to education, we're going to focus on developing a program of roundtable share forum events, which we're going to call technical exchanges, which would be in-person meetings at different times of the year, such as January coming up. And rather than having all of our training at the TFAC conference in August, we believe supplementing TFAC with these technical exchanges will allow us to focus more directly and deeply on accounting and tax technical topics. These will be share forums where participants can come and share their ideas and debate the existing provisions and determine how best to address thorny issues. We will be rolling up our sleeves and hashing out the technical issues, and at the same time providing more focused tax and accounting technical training to those participating. We are also going to look at how we reach out to our students at the various colleges and universities that may be focused on their accounting programs and the agribusiness sector as well. A student section of the Connect platform will be formulated for students to learn about NSAC and how NSAC can benefit the student. This will allow for students to collaborate, learn about cooperatives. There will be a social media campaign, student-focused videos on introduction to cooperatives, as well as outreach through the chapters and state co-op councils to make connections at the colleges and universities on campus within the accounting departments, professors, student accounting groups. And in order to facilitate this, our national team will develop a turnkey program content that the chapters can use to facilitate the outreach. In addition, for member engagement, we're going to revamp and take a fresh look at our gift card programs to drive behavior, including member referral, participation in member-focused events, surveys, and initiatives to drive participation. We will also be looking at ways to enhance the member experience and networking opportunities. Fun events, both virtual and in person, such as Family Feud, comedy nights, game nights, and events at the regional level and in-person socials. Thank you for this opportunity to serve as your national president for NSAC for the forthcoming year. We at the board are looking forward to another successful year for NSAC, its members, and cooperatives served. Thank you, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, Dave, for outlining your vision for NSAC and plans for the year ahead. In line with your thought leadership, the Society is excited to announce the new membership campaign, Connect One, Empower All. Whenever the Society gains a new member and we grow from within, it is mutually beneficial by bringing innovative ideas and solutions. To celebrate that, we will be sending anyone who refers a new member a gift card so that you can enjoy the new relationship over a cup of coffee. By connecting just one new member, you empower us all. Please join us in welcoming Bill Miller, NSAC Immediate Past President, with an update from the nominating committee.
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Miller. I currently serve as the Immediate Past President of the NSAC National Board of Directors. Each year, the nominating committee is tasked with preparing recommendations for a 5-member executive committee to serve as the NSAC leadership team for the upcoming fiscal year. This includes 4 officers, president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary, plus 1 at-large director position. As the immediate past president, I have the privilege and responsibility of chairing the nominating committee for the 2021-2022 executive committee recommendations. Other members for this year's nominating committee include 2 members of the National Board of Directors, April Graves of the Texas chapter, and Mark Feldman of the Mississippi Valley chapter. Choices and recommendations made for today's leadership changes will impact NSAC for years to come. This is a challenge we did not take lightly. Our discussions and recommendations were based on historical chapter representation in the officer rotation, available time to serve, and the mix of our directors who are employees of cooperatives and those who are service providers to cooperatives. Our leadership team should be as diverse as our membership. With this as a backdrop, the nominating committee is proud to recommend the following individuals to serve as the 2021-2022 Executive Committee. As immediate past president, Mr. Nick Muting of the Midwest chapter, President, Mr. David Antoni of the Atlantic chapter, as Vice President, Mr. Eric Kreinert of the Far West chapter, as Treasurer, Mr. Eric Gillum of the Pacific Northwest chapter, Secretary, Kent Earhart of the Great Lakes chapter, and in the at-large position April Graves of the Texas chapter. At the conclusion of this presentation, you will be asked to ratify these recommendations and the following National Board of Directors. In alphabetical order of the chapters themselves, the following directors have been duly elected by the respective chapters. From the Atlantic chapter, David Antoni and Katrina Rote. From the Electric Cooperative chapter, Tucker Limley and Melissa Wood. From the Far West chapter, Eric Kreinert. From the Great Lakes chapter, Kent Earhart. From the Mississippi Valley chapter, Emery Lewis and Chad Degenhart. From the Midwest chapter, Nick Muting and Jeff Cradle. From the North Central chapter, Julia Savald and Jim Halverson. From the Pacific Northwest chapter, Eric Gillum, and the Texas chapter, April Graves. We're proud of next year's leadership team, and you will now receive an email which will allow you to vote to affirm. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this year's NSAC Annual Report. We look forward to seeing you in person during the 2022 TFAC, the premier national conference for cooperative tax, finance, and accounting professionals, July 31st through August 3rd in San Antonio, Texas.